Hi, my name is Donna Swanson, and I'm the Executive Director and co-founder of Focus Center for Autism and the Fresh Start School. We're located in Canton. We've been around for 21 years. We've been providing services to the autism community for 21 years. And we have, like I said, we have a small school, the Fresh Start School, and we have 2 residential programs. One is in Barkhamsted. It's for teenagers who are 14 through 21 with autism and trauma. And then we have the young adult program, an adult program, which is located in Torrington. And those are for young adults and adults 18 and over. Today we're going to be speaking with Cameron Diaz and Dan Sitcovsky, and talking about their lives and about Cameron's life and journey, which is very interesting. Please make friends with us on Focus on our Facebook page, which is Focus Center for Autism, and they'll be showing our website as well. We are very proud of the work that we do. It's all basically relationship-based. Dan, what would you add about our program?
Yeah, it's just meeting people where they're at, finding what they're interested in, building a community, making them feel more comfortable with themselves so they can grow.
And we've done a lot over the over the 21 years, and we're continuing to evolve and want to evolve our young adult and adult program because there's just not enough services out there. There's not enough services for the autism community at large, but especially for the young adults and adults who want to work and want to have a life. And I guess that's our real goal, is to try and provide meaning to people's lives. Cameron, we're going to. Anything else I should add about Focus right now? We'll get there, right? So, Cam, how long have you been with Focus? And how old are you, by the way?
Okay, first of all, let me start off by thank you for having me here. I'm Cameron Diaz. I'm 23 years old, and I've been with Focus for Washington House for about 5 years now.
Yep.
I moved there on election day 2016 when Donald Trump became president. So.
So 2 monumental occasions that day. You got admitted and Donald Trump got elected, right?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that the Trump thing is necessarily a good thing. I mean,
okay, well,
well, yeah.
It was a historic moment.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll leave it. 2 historic moments.
Yes.
How about that?
Yeah.
So Cam, you where did you come from? How did we get you?
I originally came from a group home in Naffey called Thomasson Group Home, and I was supposed to I was able to move to Focus because, you know, my mom and the staff at Naffey fought so hard for me to try and not end up myself going out of state. And, you know, eventually they all worked it out and they were able to find a place for me to live, which was Focus Washington House. And so, like, you know, by the time I was ready to move out, I was already excited and ready to live a new type of lifestyle, you know, as a young adult and seeing how I do on my own, you know? Okay,
and how was it when you first got there?
When I first got there, it was the first year I think was very hectic. I really was, you know, one of the people that were like on and off, bouncing off the walls and all that. And it's like, I honestly think that, like, if you come to think of it, like, you remember my first year real well. It's like I was really, like, you know, my emotions I couldn't really control that often, and it's like it was really hard. And I know that, like, we tend to, like, I just remember, because, like, I remember, like, I was like, my behavior was sometimes unsafe, and, you know, that resulted in why I had to have that reward. What was it, like the like an award system, like
a reward system.
My behavioral system, yeah.
And you know what, Cam? What I remember is the extreme anxiety that you had. That would you know, I felt your pain. And I think we all did. And like the anxiety led to so much emotional pain. And then you'd feel so badly for having so much pain and sometimes being unsafe and this and that. And then we were finally able to get you some help that you needed. And what was that?
Well, I needed to get some help at like
Extra help.
yeah, extra help at CVH, and I was there from like September of 2018 to like August of 2019, and
Okay,
you know.
for people that don't know, that's the Connecticut Valley Hospital.
Right.
And it was a tough decision for all of us to make for you to go there. But when you went there, it wasn't easy. But you.
It really wasn't. No.
What was the hard parts?
The hard parts is that like there was a lot of like stuff that went on that just got me scared, and it's like there's so much drama going on and like hectic incidents and all that. And not only that, but like I was like in the middle of trying to finish my senior year of high school at ACES, and I was able to do that no problem. It's just that the only problem is that one day in December I found out from like all the group home staff at Focus, and found out from my clinician at Western, Amy, that my mom had passed away.
No. So amidst all this hard stuff that you were dealing with, you had to find out that your mom passed away.
It really was sad because she was only 42 and she was only a couple weeks shy of her 43rd birthday. And I was like, it's very shocking because like, I wasn't expecting my mom to pass away all of a sudden. And it really was sad because, my mom like raised me like really well, and she gave me everything under the sun and made sure I was like taken well care of, and she was the reason behind why I'm probably successful today. And it's like I'm pretty sure up there she really knows that I appreciate all the work she's done for me. But it doesn't just take her too. It also has to do with the fact that I'm putting in the work myself, because I needed to put in some effort, and I did, and that's how lately I've been really successful. I graduated from my behavioral system. I've been doing panels. I've been basically, and even though I don't really want to make myself egotistic, I feel that I have been an influence on a lot of the Focus guys.
Well, I would agree that you set a good example and you give people hope, because you had so much despair. And one of the things that did help was getting you on the right medicine too. That was a game changer for you.
It definitely was, because in all honesty, I think that because the med that we were trying to put me on was Clozaril, and we really wanted to put me on that med because Focus has had a history of clients in the past that got put on Clozaril, and it worked. Like it actually worked. Like it just tends to work, and it reduces all the unsafe behavior and all that, and it makes the anxiety less much of a problem. And the best part about it too is that when I got put on Clozaril, I noticed an immediate change. Like I was pretty chill. I wasn't I knew that I could handle my emotions a lot better, and I handle certain situations in a better way than what I used to. Because had that been in the past and without the Clozaril, I probably would for example cuss staff out, be unsafe both verbally and violently. Which is why I'm glad that I have a all-star medication that basically can make me a stable and calm person.
What were you going to say?
It's also important to know that it put you in a place where you could be successful, right? But you did the work, right? So you're more in a place, but it wasn't just a magic pill that
Right.
then you were fine.
It chemically allowed you to do the work.
It
because
did,
you were
yeah.
always in a state of fight or flight. This helped calm you down. And Clozaril is not something that we put people on lightly. So we really advocated for you to get that and to get the treatment you needed. And we never stopped caring about you. We visited you in the hospital. We were part of your team.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I think that all helped. And Cam, you worked so hard, and it was, and especially what I want to tell you is what I admire so much about you is that since you went through all those hard times and losing your mom, you have had this ability to remember all the good things that your mom did for you, and you cherish good memories, and you don't feel sorry for yourself. You embrace all that was good.
Well, that's also because I like to look at the glass half full rather than half empty, as what a lot of people say. Like, I'd rather be optimistic about it and basically not be a pessimist, because you have to be positive, and if you're not positive, you're not gonna feel good, and you're just basically it's just not gonna be good for your emotions.
It can be hard to get to that place, though, right?
Yeah, it's you just have to. What you have to do is just basically, just think positive and look on the bright side of life, as we all said, like I just said a couple of minutes ago.
But you still have anxiety and you still feel insecure sometimes. So how do you work that out?
The way I work it out is that I use coping skills that I think would work good for me, because honestly, the way I do it is I use coping skills that actually help me. I'm a big music lover, and I also doing a lot of other things. I've been doing a lot of different stuff, and then there's also the meditation, and then we also got the grounding skills, which is another big part as to why I'm also I could go, because when I'm at a 10, I could immediately go all the way down to a 1 when I use my grounding skills.
Okay, so 10 is when you're at, it's not a good place to be, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so how does grounding work? And Dan, maybe you could just give a...
Yeah, and the last episode we had, we were talking to Jesse, and his coping skill that really helped was heavy metal. I'm assuming that's not yours.
No, it's definitely not mine, because that's not my type of music, in all honesty.
Yeah, but it's finding the right one for you that helps someone calm your brain, because we talked about in the last episode too, is that it's getting your amygdala, which is the part of your brain, it's fight or flight, where you're really anxious, but it's slowing that down and being able to think it through. So you have things.
But it's not just the coping skills. It's also the grounding skills that got introduced to me, that Dr. Hughes gave me. I would choose certain grounding skills that I wanted to select, and we test we test it out, and then at the end they ask me how I'm doing now. Am I still at a 10, or did I decrease? And most of the time it worked really well, you know what I'm saying?
Can you give me an example of one grounding?
For example, there is one grounding skill that I remember off the top of my head. It's kind of like a butterfly hug, where it's just basically embracing to try and calm yourself a little bit like this. And it's I remember it too, because it's that's the one I remember doing a lot, when I was away from focus. And it's it tend to really one of the top ones that we use that actually could work. Honestly, because there's just a lot of things that I can do that could help me out, and I'm just glad that I actually have some good examples so that I don't forget about it, and this way I could practice it on my own.
Yeah, and I think the body-mind connection is really important. So those sensory grounding things might help your brain get into a place where it can be a little bit more calm.
Yeah, that's definitely true, yeah.
What advice would you like to give to the other young adults or people who are really struggling with that anxiety and that obsessive thinking? What kind of advice would you give?
Honestly, the advice that I would give people is that, in all honesty, this is basically my bio on Facebook, on my Facebook that I said. I think it's supposed to be confidence and being optimistic is the key to winning the World Series in like in your lifestyle or something like that. So that's what I say, because I compare it to like World Series, kind of like how the Yankees have been in the World Series like 27 times. So that's how I can explain it. And it's like, I just stuck with that quote because I made it up myself. And
Say it again.
like, confidence and being optimistic is the key to winning the World Series and in life, to be successful no matter what gets in your way, I guess. It just works. That's why, like, that's my favorite quote that I've made, because like there was another quote that I made in my ACES high school yearbook during my senior year. The quote that I came up with is keep your head above water and keep on breathing, which is a combination of lyrics from Avril Lavigne's song Head Above Water and Ariana Grande's song called Breathin'. And I just figured like I could possibly like do a crossover and make a quote out of it.
And tell me about that quote. What does that mean to you? Because I think it's a darn good one. Don't you, Dan?
Yeah.
To keep your head above water and keep on breathing. It just basically is my own way of saying, like, keep on, like, getting good and successful, and don't give up so easily when, like, you know, bad things happen, because you can always end up doing yourself one better, and it just ends up, you know, getting back to positive.
I can't tell you enough how proud we are of you, Cam, because you're like a poster boy for working hard, using treatment, using all that was available to you, and now trying to make a good life for yourself, and embracing all the hard things that have happened to you and sort of turning them into a positive. And holding your mom so near and dear to your heart that really helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's like, you know, I just don't, you know, because I want to make sure that I stay, stay positive and all that. It just also has to do with the fact that, you know, I wake up and thank the Lord for letting me live another good day. It's like, you know, life is meant to, because basically, you know, it's kind of like how, you know, you never know what the day will bring you, and, you know, you should just make the most out of your life and just like live it to the best, and not, like, you know, be so bummed and all that, and just like be depressed and all that, because things will get better, and they will, and life will be a lot more fun and easier on you if you just look on the bright side of life, and you just basically, like I said, like, you know, be optimistic. Don't, you know, think that everything is bad in the world, and just, you know, realize that, like, it's just basically you have to, like, think of it as like the grass ain't greener on the other side, I think.
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, because
What do you want to do next in your life? What are you? You're 23. You just turned 23 in May 12th, if I got it right.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And so what are you gonna be working on next?
What I want to be working on next is try and see, like, somewhere down in the future, a long time from now, like, you know, when I do feel the need to be ready to move out, which probably won't happen for another several years, but when I do move out, I want to see, like, you know, I really want to make sure that I learn the stuff how to live my life on my own, and just see how it works and all that. I still probably would want to live in Torrington, but, you know, like I said, I'm not ready to like move on yet in life on my own, because I probably want to spend the next several years with the Focus family. But several years in the future, once I am ready to move out, I'm willing to learn how to live on my own, because I really think that it would be cool, especially since I really want to test out my skills.
Well, you have some cooking skills, right? Tell me 3 things that you know how to cook.
Well, recently, over the past couple months, I've made stuff I know that I made macaroni and cheese a lot, but I also know how to make. I one time made my own version of tuna macaroni salad. It was really good, and then recently I made my own egg salad, which was also really good.
And seafood salad. Don't you make a good seafood salad?
I did at one point. Yeah, I just saw. I have a lot of skills. Cooking just happens to be one of them because I come from a family they cook good.
Yeah.
Because I didn't just learn it from my mom. I learned it from my grandparents. They are good cooks. It's I remember I know how one time one of the things that I like to have in the when we were at the cottage, they would grill some muffins, particularly blueberry, and they would put it on the grill and put some hot butter and on Vermont maple syrup on it. It was really good. But other skills that I have too is in entertainment, singing and acting and all that, and then of course I have a really good memory when it comes to pop culture facts and all that.
You have a really good memory.
I really do have a good memory. That's one of the pros about people like me who have Asperger's syndrome.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's that's one of the pros about it. It's you can remember a lot and more. My mom used to always tell me, you know a lot more than I do. It's oh yeah, and it's it's also. But because going back to the singing, acting, because I sing a lot, but I also at Aces had the lead role as the Beast/Prince and Beauty and the Beast play that I did at Aces, and that was really fun.
I have one other question for you, and we're probably going to get ready to wrap up pretty soon. But when you do move out, whenever that is, what is one of the things that you would like to be able to find in the place that you rent that they allow?
Well, I said this a lot, off the screen, but I always said that I really want to I've always wanted to get a golden retriever I come from a dog family, and you see. Because that Lauren has
yes.
The free golden retrievers that we call the Golden Girls, and Kylie, Sadie, and Stevie, and I was just I really want a golden retriever. It's I always I want to take care of a pet like that, so I don't have to be on my own. I don't want to feel alone and all that. So
I want you to have that. We're almost ready to wrap up. Dan, what's something that you'd be like to have as a closer?
Yeah, I would say that Cameron's a great example of happiness and positivity is something to work on. It's a skill you can work on. We sometimes think of, someone has it or not, and it can be very easy to get stuck. But Cameron's a great example of it. He's something he works on every day, to try to be positive, try to be happy, and it's something you can develop over time.
Well, I'm glad you guys, I feel honored and glad that you guys think of me as all these positive facts about me, and just you guys think I'm a really good example. So
and do we tell the truth?
Yeah, you tell the truth. You guys don't lie like other placements have.
No, we are very, very proud of you. And Cam, what's one thing that you're very proud of?
One thing that I'm very proud of is just how far I've come a long way, and as far as becoming a successful, mature young adult. Because it's I always worried when I was younger. I used to worry that I wouldn't make it that far. But now that I look about it, there was nothing really to worry about to begin with, because I know that I could do it no problem as long as I stick to the guidelines and the rules and all that. So I practically
But you have to
Yeah.
be able to think. You have to be able to have your emotions in check, which is the one thing that you were able to really, really work hard on. And again, I can't tell you how proud we are of you. And how did Focus help you, if you had to say it in one quick sentence, because we're almost done here? How did we help you?
You helped me. You guys helped me really. You guys helped me, like, you know, through, like, you know, trying to, like, trying to, like, make my emotions more, like, you know, like, tolerant and be able to handle.
Did we ever stop believing in you?
No, you guys never stopped believing in me, and everybody else in my life hasn't stopped either.
And that's really important, isn't it?
It really is, yeah.
It's sort of the juice that keeps you going, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
When somebody believes in you.
Right.
I'm very grateful that Nutmeg let us be here today. And
Oh, I'm glad too, myself, yeah.
yeah, you were kind of looking forward to this, weren't you?
Oh yeah, I was definitely looking forward to it. Like, I didn't expect this to be soon. I was expecting this to be later on in the summer, but I was glad that I actually got to do it a little early as a pleasant surprise.
I'm very happy that you were able to do it today with us. And again, please, Life on the Spectrum, we're going to be doing it on a regular basis, and we have some really interesting guests that will be coming up in the future. And Cam, we are just so proud of you. Dan, what's your last word?
I think it's just we're just proud of you.
Thanks. And thanks everybody for having me here.
Yep, you are just as sweet as could be. Thank you very much. I believe it's a wrap.
Yep.